the Higgs field and boson, as a very probable scientific fraud. Moral vision and scientific review. Moral part. Friends, since the adjective can be quite harsh, I would like to first give an explanation of what I understand as fraud in science. It is wonderful that all scientists in the world can and do carry out their studies and scientific proposals of all types and scope. And logically many of them, perhaps most, could be totally or partially wrong. However, in this case they should only be classified as scientific errors or mistakes, nothing more. Those that contribute something new are chosen, and the rest are discarded. However, when a theory or scientific model that is visibly erroneous and lacks consistency, and that is normally proposed by important and famous scientists, its implementation is promoted by scientific institutions for their own interest, fame and relevance, disdaining the quality and consistency of the model, and only looking for one's own benefit in such a way that it spreads, teaches and makes thousands of students and scholars of the subject follow, well, in this case the simple scientific error or mistake becomes fraud because of the damage that is done to those who are taught. And this is the case of Higgs fields and bosons. They propose and try to make us believe that an artificial and totally unstable particle, with life of an infinitesimal amount of time and created in particle accelerators, is capable, through a non-existent and never observed field, which is the Higgs field, of giving mass to the entire universe. Second part, scientific review. In my opinion, the theories and solution about the reality and concept of mass in the Standard Model are extraordinarily erroneous, complicated and incongruous, and impossible to understand and accept from a logical and critical point of view. We cannot say that the mass of the entire universe is given by a particle that is artificial, not seen or measured in nature, that only exists in particle accelerators for an infinitesimal amount of time, and that it does so through a non-existent and never observed Higgs field, even more when nature and physics give you an infinitely simpler and totally observed solution. Namely, 1. The fields that permeate the entire universe are gravitational fields, fields of force and energy, and due to their three-dimensional nature, they can concentrate and condense into matter, mass being the amount of matter contained in each particle. 2. The condensation of energy and gravitational force not only creates a type of particle, as proposed by the Higgs boson, but their number and dimensions are infinite, that is, the smallest ones can add up and form other older ones, and so on. 3. The accumulation of matter creates, in turn, magnetic fields that organize and distribute particles forming orbital systems at any level of the cosmos. At the atomic level, we have different types, dimensions, of atoms, different types of electrons, different types of neutrinos, etc. At the stellar level, we have different dimensions of stars, planets, moons, etc., and so on. That is, there is no division of particles as the current Standard Model says us, but rather groups of particles, from smallest to largest, at any type and cosmic level. 4. There are also no nuclei formed by grouping of well-differentiated particles, for example, atomic nuclei formed by protons, neutrons, gluons, quarks, etc., but rather simple nuclei of amorphous and compact matter, from which if we destroy them, we can create all kinds of smaller particles, including light radiation, etc. In my opinion, the supposed Higgs boson measured is simply a cesium nucleus of which we already had a notion of its existence in atomic fissions.